Yo, what's up, yo? This is Killah Priest, and I'm representing right now for Kofi Universe. That universe is the universe you should be in.
It's no heartbreak because he is not a person that we ain't the same. We can't outside of music, we're nothing.
You and Kanye.
Yeah, we can't be anything outside of music. Like, music is where we clicked. Outside of that, his principles, his morals, his mindset, we don't see eye to eye hardly ever.
Sure.
Ever. And we never have. I've said it a lot of times. We don't.
I saw you smiling, Malice, a little bit.
Because I seen him out there. You know what I'm saying? I know what's going on with him. I watch him. I watch him close. I watch him like my mom would watch him, and to know what's going on. And my brother we come from just loyalty to a fault. If you're my friend, you're my friend. You know what I'm saying? And I just seen him in the mix of people who I don't think reciprocated. I'm talking about, through his career. You know what I'm saying? It's like, to me, he just looked like a lone wolf out there. You know what I'm saying? But, still holding up his principles and his ethics and standing on business the way he stands on business.
Were you wanting to call him back and say you don't have to be the lone wolf?
No, listen, it's good to be the lone wolf sometimes.
It is good
to be the lone wolf sometimes. Yeah,
everybody knows.
Yeah, it's no
they
sympathy.
can see it.
Yeah. That's how you move out here in this world. You know what I'm saying? If you're a man, that's how you
If
move.
you're a man.
Listen, if
you're a man.
If you're a man.
Only if you're a man, though. Because if you ain't a man,
you in trouble.
You can't move like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you gotta flip flop and kiss ass and do all the backbiting and
reality TV is mud wrestling. A wise man once said.
Yes, it is. Of course it is. Of course it is. Kidding me?
Now that you guys are back.
YouTube, salute. Okay, y'all, the Clips. They appeared on NFR Podcast promoting their new album coming out July 11th. Can't wait for this project. Let God sort them out. And you hear them talking about Kanye West. Well, really, Pusha T's going in, but Malice was giving his explanation why his brother moves the way he moves and why they move a certain way and what he saw from Kanye West all the years when Pusha T was signed to Good Music and was the president of Good Music. So let's talk about it. If you're new to my channel, thumbs up the video, hit that sub button, click that bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. When it comes to people having that chemistry, a lot of people automatically think because this rapper, this producer, they just get along because, they have the chemistry. Look at Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. Look at, who else can I say? Maybe Eric Sermon and Redman. I'm going to use that as an example. Who else we have out here? You might have Havoc and Prodigy, may he rise in power. The Alchemist. He worked with, some great producers like Freddie Gibbs. They have great chemistry, DJ Premier working with Guru, may he rise in power. There's just certain people, they just have that chemistry. But some people, they outside of music, they gonna get along. They really have a real good friendship. And we seen some people, they don't have that no more. Look at Pete Rock and CL Smooth. No disrespect to them. But look at that situation. Look at other people, they felt like, nah, we're not on that level no more. It was cool to do work, but it is what it is. And Pusha T is the last of the dying breed. Because if you think about it, Pusha T stands on his principles. He ain't gonna allow nobody to disrespect him because he ain't flip-flopping. Pusha T, he's gonna make sure if you in his circle, he gonna protect you and have his back. Pusha T has always had Pharrell's back when Birdman took that shot at him. as far as Pharrell and Lil Wayne, all the little crazy shit that happened, and then he came out with the 23-1 Exodus diss track. Then Drake trying to take little shots. Then Pusha T had to get on him, and Pusha T just always stood on business. He's always stood on business. He's always said he was on Drink Chips and said they asked Pharrell or Kanye West who's the best producer. He said Pharrell, and he don't give a damn. He signed to good music. He gonna say what he say. There are some other people out there. They only gonna say, "Oh, this person is better than this person" because you work for that person and you don't want to hurt that person's feelings. It's not about hurting somebody's feelings. It's about being real. I can tell people right now, this person right here, this is my tightest homie in my life more than any of my other homies. And I say it to their face only because of why hold back. I'm not holding back on nobody like that because to me, I'm not flip flopping. I'm like, man, I'm just gonna be real. Certain people I don't trust like that, and I would never tell my business. I call people out. I got some cousins right now, family members that don't like the fact that how I stand, but I'm not scared to speak my mind. But I'm gonna be respectful. That's the thing. If I know you and this person don't like each other, that's between y'all. I'm not gonna be in the middle of that shit. But I'm not gonna be no yes man. And I'm not gonna sit here and just agree with you just to agree with you. We can have disagreements. But if you don't like the way I say it, well, if you did, go find somebody to kiss your ass. And you never gotta call me no more. That shit don't hurt my feelings. Being a lone wolf is being one of the best things out here for a man. You learn how to survive for yourself. And there's nothing wrong being a lone wolf because it teaches people that I have boundaries, I have principles, and I have morals. You're supposed to move a certain way in this world. Everybody don't want to move that way. Everybody want to sit here and just jump on the trend, jump on the wagon. I seen it growing up. This homie have all the cars over here, right? Gang banging. And everybody jumps on his team because he got the money and supplying the dope. So they go run over there because they feel like, well, F it. I want to go do what everybody else doing because I want to be seen. But you got another homie, loyal, real, got your back, down to earth, family man. Ain't nobody dealing with that person too much. You know why? Because he might not have all the money in the world. He might have to have a brick and mortar. He might have to take his children to school and get on the bus. But they ain't effing with him like that. And he might have called some people out saying, don't be doing that down the street. And they like, oh man, that nigga doing too much. Excuse me, that nigga for doing too much. Forget that. I've always been with the people that the people don't get along too much anyway, though, because you know why? They have integrity. I respect you who have integrity. The closest friends that died in my life, those were stand-up men. The closest friends I have in my life, they're stand-up men. They can handle their own, they can do for them. They ain't out here kissing ass, they ain't out here shucking and jiving. Real men attract real men to have a brotherhood. And even women that probably didn't want to deal with me in the past, and it's no disrespect to those women because they knew I wasn't gonna kiss no ass, not more to them, but more of just saying these are my boundaries. I ain't doing that traditional shit. I start my own traditional shit. That's why I always say you have to find somebody that's like-minded like you. So shout out to Pusha T for holding it down and letting it be known why he don't deal with Kanye West no more. Post your comments below. Folks, smash Black Panther the like button, subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. If you want to support, donate to the channel. I have Patreon, patreon.com/KofiUniverse, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs, everything's in the description. Until next time, salute.